So the IDF releasing new video showing strikes overnight that targeted the Ayatollah's underground bunker he never got a chance to camp out in, the same place where he was located and killed over the weekend. But Fox News is told he was not inside it. It comes as President Trump says he wants to personally be involved in picking Iran's next leader, arguing it can't be someone who will continue the former Ayatollah's hardline policies, like his son. He also sent this message to members of the IRGC. Listen.
I'm once again calling on all members of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, the military, and the police to lay down their arms. They're only going to be killed. So you'll be perfectly safe with total immunity, or you'll face absolutely guaranteed death. And I don't want to see that.
So let's bring in former National Security Advisor, Senior Director under President George W. Bush, Michael Allen. Michael, first in response to what the president just said. He said, guys, I'll give you asylum. Don't fight anymore.
Right.
Should we provide more of a procedure how to do it?
Yeah.
Like where to go, how to identify. You know, we're telling people how to get to the State Department. Should we tell them how to get in touch with us?
Of course. I mean, you see CIA all the time advertises literally for agents inside of Iran or inside of China to get in touch with us secretly. We should be doing the same thing for members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps or anybody who's ready to break with the regime. We need that intel. We need volunteers, and that might be the most reliable way to get it.
So far, we're just 5-6 days into this campaign. You were with the Bush administration. You knew what Iran was up to. You knew the challenge of that nuclear program and the ugly terrorist activities that they were up to. Your thoughts about where this campaign is right now and the need to do it?
Well, the need to do it is very, very strong. The Iranians were going to be able to hold hostage the region with ballistic missiles. They had as many as 2,000 to 3,000. By the way, Israel had to do it for their own defense doctrine, their own protection, if you will. So that was a big part of it. And we need to destroy the vestiges of the nuclear program. It was obliterated, but they've worked on new things. And we need to give, just as the president said, we need to give the people an opportunity to come back out on the streets. And so that's what the president has given them. And that's why he was wise to offer asylum and ask for them to disarm.
So here is Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, yesterday on the role of Iran's leader in this operation.
The president said earlier today in an interview that he would like to have a say in who's the next leader of Iran. Is this an expansion of your military objective?
Well, there's no expansion. Ultimately, I think the president's having a heck of a say in who runs Iran, given the ongoing operation we have. So there's no expansion in our objectives. We know exactly what we're trying to achieve. America's reach is global. Our focus here, though, these missions are narrow, they're scoped.
So the president took out 40 of their leaders, 9 more, and then just blew up the panel of experts who was going to pick their next leader. So let's go to the big board and see some of these names that you might recognize and tell me who you think the president might be able to work with, if any. So you got Khomeini's grandson, and you got Hamani's son that the president says unacceptable. What else can you tell us about that panel?
Yeah, it's a group of hardliners, and I'm not so sure that any of them will work with us. I know that the CIA and the Mossad must have detailed profiles on each. But look, the son of this late supreme leader is another, the new boss, same as the old boss, very tough guy. And most of these are hardcore regime clerics. And so I think we're going to have trouble working with any of them.
Mike, how, when the insurgency happened in Iraq, it originally was the Baathists, Saddam Hussein's loyalists. And then what happened after? What did Iran do in those years after with the insurgency?
Well, they wanted to exploit the fact that the Shia were no longer repressed in Iraq, and they wanted to make the United States pay for the invasion.
And they killed over 600 of our guys.
Oh, yeah, with IEDs, the improvised explosive devices, and killed so many of our people. So this isn't about revenge per se, but they deserve what they're getting.
This is part of the ledger on why they have to be stopped. Mike Allen, look forward to talking to you on this historic campaign. Appreciate it.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.